really?
Yeah.
It just showed up today?
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, wow. It's like a letter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really stinging.
Really? Read something that was most stinging.
When you shell out your cash for your Lollapalooza tickets, you're getting a lot more than you bargained for. You get your favorite supposedly alternative groups, really, really loud music, hatred vented at women from two of the acts, us and Ice-T, of course, and you get to pay for all the necessities of the touring bands. Your money will pay for 30 cases of beer, 4 cases of champagne daily that are absolutely needed by the touring groups. Don't forget, you've got to keep the performers nice and intoxicated so they won't develop any sort of social consciousness or anything. Then, you've got the 40 gallons of milk, 5 dozen donuts,
Oh my God.
and 400 dinner rolls, which comprise only part of the performers and crew's daily menus, which just goes to show that man does not live by dinner roll alone. This
I'm
whole
trying to
thing,
figure that out from our
society.
It's
about time.
Is it a bunch of bands, or does it have more meaning to you than that? Because that's what I get asked all the time.
It's a bunch of bands, bringing people together.
Yeah.
But is it more for you than, I mean, have you met anybody today? Have you met anybody you don't know?
Yeah.
Really? So are people being friendly? I mean, you walk up and just...
I saw a lot of guards arresting people, though. That really bummed me out.
Now, what's funny, I go to Atlanta, right? And the cops in Atlanta have been so cool to me. They gave me this key to the city, right, and all that. You know, the dude, the chief came out. He like, I love you. I went to the schools and shit. And they're not nothing like LAPD. So I get ready to go into the song. I know I got to do Cop Killer, you know, so I like had to talk my way into it. I said, all cops ain't like this. There's some cool cops in Atlanta, but let me let you know, you know.
That's been the best thing about this whole tour for me, is just watching thousands of people just really making the move to really get through this. Because, you know, for me, the lack of freedom in this country boils down to racism. Environmental, human rights, and political organizations will be traveling with the tour to keep everything real hip and liberal. Of course, the environmental organization will hype the no styrofoam products here policy of the tour and will make sure that all the paper waste will be recycled. But they'll conveniently ignore the enormous amounts of paper waste used in hyping this piece of shit, and they'll consume more and more fresh paper products by not using products made from already recycled waste. And of course, the human rights organizations will conveniently ignore the sexism and misogyny
What if this was done by,
of
like,
Ice-T and the Rollins
PETA or
band.
someone? You know, like somebody who wasn't happy. That's I guess, you know, it's like Perry being with Perry, because it's like he's got all this pressure on his shoulders for setting it up, and, you know, there's always somebody, you know, that's got a problem that goes to him thinking that, you know, he's got all the time in the world to solve it.
I just think the guy's done an amazing job, and I'd like to see anyone else pull it off. You know what I mean? I'd like to see someone else try it. I'd never try and do something like this. You know, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. I'm glad to be on it, but the logistics, to me, just says,